Legislative hearings ended on Tuesday. That was our last day in the Revenue Committee, and that's kind of where our property tax action is this year. The committee has discussed a variety of bills, and I know previously we've mentioned the governor's proposal, LB 947, Senator Erdman's bill, LB 829, as well as Senator Breezy's bill, LB 1084, and right now a lot of the conversation is about LB 1084. That particular proposal was developed by a lot of agriculture and education stakeholders interested in the property tax debate. There's new revenue included in that bill, as well as some new funding for education and dollars for the property tax credit fund. So it's a really comprehensive package. Right now it looks like LB 947, LB 1084 are kind of dominating the conversation, and that's where we'll be focused. One specific bill we weighed in on as the Ag Leaders Working Group was the irrigation tax brought forward by Senator Schumacher of Columbus, and it doesn't appear the Revenue Committee is going to take it up at all. I don't think it's going anywhere, and we're going to work really hard to make sure that continues to be the case. There's also a bill in Revenue to eliminate the exemptions, the sales tax exemptions for agriculture. Weighed in on that as well. There was a lot of opposition, and we know that's not going anywhere either. The Transportation and Telecom Committee actually passed out a bill from Senator Watermeyer that would allow divisible loads of hay or livestock forage on the interstate. We're supporting that bill, and it'll probably move forward on consent calendar, which is very good. We're also watching a bill that was passed by the General Affairs Committee related to electrification in livestock barns, which is going to be kind of a priority for us. We want to make sure that we're not disincentivizing livestock growth in Nebraska. We want to make sure that our regulatory system here is friendly to agriculture, makes sense, doesn't impact, we're not doing anything that impacts safety necessarily. It's just some common sense reform as it relates to labor when you're building livestock barns. And there's also an issue we've faced the last couple of months. After the federal tax reform bill passed, we noticed there was a provision in there to eliminate 1031 exchanges for everything except real property, which means we could potentially see a large increase in personal property taxes in the state. The valuation could go up significantly. So we're working just in the next week or two to provide an amendment on the floor on a bill that actually will address the federal tax code as it relates to Nebraska. On the income tax side, we're hoping that the legislature will kind of understand on the personal property tax side. These are some unintended consequences from the federal tax reform that we need to address on the state level. We're a little more than halfway through the session. It wraps up on April 18th. We are confident that something's going to come out of the Revenue Committee to address property taxes. We're confident that senators want to do the right thing, but we're certainly not shutting any of that down. We also have the ballot initiative out there that I think is sort of providing a backstop for the folks who want something done on property taxes. It's also incentivizing folks to work together.